For 3 long years, room 417 at Northbridge Private Hospital had remained silent. No laughter, no voices, just the rhythmic hum of machines. Inside, Jonathan Hale, once a commanding figure in the city's financial world, lay motionless, unmoving, unaware. He had once been a man of action. At just 42, he had built his fortune from scratch. Smart, sharp, driven, and yet known for his compassion. He wasn't just a businessman. He was a philanthropist, a symbol of hope for many, until the accident. That rainy night, 3 years ago, everything changed. A car crash, a violent impact, a severe traumatic brain injury. Since then, nothing. His eyes never opened. His fingers never moved. No responsive voices. No sign of awareness. The top neurologists had tried everything. Cutting-edge machines monitored his every breath. But the result? Flat brain waves. No signs of life. 1,095 days. Of waiting. Of wondering. Family members, once hopeful, slowly faded away. Friends stopped visiting. Only his personal medical team remained steadfast and determined. Dr. William Grant, the head physician, reviewed Jonathan's charts every morning. Day after day, no change. On this particular morning, sunlight streamed sharply through the high hospital windows. The charts told the same cold story. No activity, no hope. "It's been 3 years," sighed Dr. Lucas, another attending physician. "Perhaps it's time to consider withdrawal of life support." Dr. Grant paused. His eyes scanned Jonathan's pale face. He shook his head. "We don't give up. Not yet," he replied firmly. "Just a few blocks away." An 8-year-old boy wandered the streets. Thin, ragged, hungry. His name was Jaden, a child forgotten by the world. No home, no family, living hand to mouth, dodging the cold, surviving in alleyways. But Jaden remembered something others had forgotten. 3 winters ago, when he was shivering behind a dumpster, a stranger had found him. That stranger was Jonathan Hale. Jonathan had wrapped him in his own coat, took him to a cafe, bought him warm food, sat beside him, spoke to him, gave him dignity. "You matter," Jonathan had said. "Someday you'll do something great." That single night changed Jaden. It gave him something he never had, hope. But the next day, Jaden saw the news. A tragic car accident. Businessman Jonathan Hale, critically injured. Coma. No recovery expected. Ever since, Jaden had returned again and again, outside the hospital, watching, waiting. "I owe him," Jaden whispered to himself. "I'll find a way." That morning, as the hospital moved through its routines, a quiet shift change began. Nurses moved between stations. Monitors beeped softly. And in that small moment of transition, a door was left slightly open. Room 417. Jaden, the homeless boy with tired eyes and a heart full of purpose, slipped quietly inside. Nobody noticed. No one stopped him. Inside the room, machines surrounded the bed. A ventilator hissed gently, for drips stood like sentinels at either side. The room smelled of antiseptic and time. Jonathan lay still, his face pale, cheekbones sharper from years of lying motionless, his frame thinner, his hands resting limply by his side. A mask covered his mouth. Tubes ran down his arms, feeding life artificially into a body that had forgotten how to live. Jaden stood still for a moment, frozen. He had imagined this scene for so long. And now he was here. His small heart beat loudly in his chest. He stepped closer, careful not to touch anything. Then he saw Jonathan's face, and he remembered. "You gave me hope," Jaden whispered softly, his voice trembling. "You made me believe I mattered." He moved even closer. His small, dirty hand slowly lifted, hesitating, then gently placed on Jonathan's cold forehead. A quiet silence wrapped around the room. And then a strange warmth filled the air. Jaden closed his eyes. Memories flooded back. The coat, the warm cafe, the kind words. The only time in his life he had felt safe. "You're not alone," he whispered. "You helped me. Now let me help you." Outside, behind the room's glass window. "Doctor." Grant looked up. "Who is that boy?" he asked, alarmed. "How did he get in there?" The doctors and nurses rushed toward the room. "Doctor," Lucas shouted, "get him out now." But before anyone could reach the child, beep, 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 the heart monitor flared to life. The flat brainwave line flickered, then jumped. A second monitor lit up, neural response rising. "What the?" gasped Doctor. Lucas, eyes wide. "This can't be real." They froze. Every eye locked on the machines. Jaden stood quietly, still holding Jonathan's forehead, still whispering, "You can come back now, mister. Hale, I believe in you." For the first time in 3 years, hope bloomed. The sterile room, once so cold and lifeless, now pulsed with warmth, with something unexplainable, something miraculous. The sharp beeping of the monitors echoed through room 417. Nurses froze mid-step. Doctors stared at the screens in disbelief. "Doctor." Grant rushed to Jonathan's bedside. "Neural activity is spiking," he exclaimed. After 3 years of nothing, the screen that once showed a lifeless flatline now pulsed, gentle but unmistakable. Wave after wave. Steady. Alive. Jaden stood still, eyes closed, hand resting gently on Jonathan's brow. "You can come back now, mister." "Hale," he whispered again. "I know you can." "Doctor." Lucas turned toward the child. What is he doing?" Nurse Karen's voice shook. "Is this real?" Nobody had any answers. For a moment, no one moved, as if afraid they might break the moment. Then, Jonathan's eyelids twitched. Nurse Karen gasped. "Did anyone see that?" His lips moved, barely, as if trying to form a word. Jaden stepped back, eyes wide. "He's waking up," he shouted. "Doctor." Grant leaned in. "Get respiratory ready. Prepare to stabilize him." Outside the room, a man stood frozen, staring through the glass. It was Mark, Jonathan's former business partner. He hadn't visited in over 2 years. Now his jaw hung open. "This isn't possible," he whispered. "What is that boy doing?" Inside, Jonathan's fingers twitched. His head turned slightly on the pillow. Then, with a long, shuddering breath, his eyes opened. For the first time in 1,095 days, Jonathan Hale was conscious. Nurse Karen covered her mouth. Tears streamed down her cheeks. "He's back. Oh my God." "Doctor." Grant's voice trembled. "Jonathan, can you hear me?" A moment passed. Then, a faint whisper escaped Jonathan's lips. "Yes." The room erupted into stunned silence. Then noise, voices, calls for equipment. A miracle was unfolding right before their eyes. Word spread through the hospital like wildfire. Doctors from every department rushed to room 417. Staff peeked through glass windows. Everyone wanted to see it with their own eyes. But amidst the commotion, Jonathan's gaze wandered. He searched the faces around him. His lips moved again. Faint but clear. "Where's the boy?" Jaden stepped forward, eyes locked with Jonathan's. Recognition lit Jonathan's weary face. "You," he said, voice barely audible. "I remember you." Tears welled in Jaden's eyes. "You saved me, gave me hope, when no one else did." Jonathan's lips trembled. "And you saved me now." Two lives, once lost in separate shadows, had found light in each other. Later that night, as the monitors beeped steadily and Jonathan's breathing stabilized, "Doctor." Grant sat beside Jaden in the quiet hospital hallway. The hum of machines was now comforting, not as a symbol of survival, but of life returning. He looked at the small boy sitting beside him, bare feet swinging just above the floor, his face tired but peaceful. "How did you know to come?" "Doctor," Grant asked gently. Jaden looked down, voice barely above a whisper. "I dreamed of him every night for weeks. I felt like he was calling me." "Doctor." Grant blinked slowly, overwhelmed. "You may have worked a miracle today, son." In the days that followed, the news spread far and wide. Homeless boy awakens millionaire from 3-year coma. Headlines read across the world. Media vans lined the hospital. Cameras flashed. Everyone wanted to see the boy and the man he saved. But inside the hospital, away from the noise, Jonathan's focus was only on Jaden. With every passing day, Jonathan's strength grew. He began physical therapy, slowly learning to walk again. And beside him, always, was Jaden, helping, cheering, guiding. One morning, as the nurses helped Jonathan sit upright for the first time, he looked toward the window, sunlight streaming in. "This boy," he said, his voice stronger now, "has no home, no family." He turned to the social worker. "But he does now." Papers were filed. Hearings were rushed. And within just a month, with full approval, Jonathan legally adopted Jaden. The crowd cheered. The media cried. But for Jonathan, it wasn't about cameras. It was about gratitude, about a second chance, about family. Weeks later, in their quiet new home, Jaden sat beside Jonathan, helping him practice writing again, each stroke shaky, but steady. Jonathan smiled. "You know," he said, "you once told me I gave you hope." He paused, then added, his voice warm, "But you gave me life." Jaden hugged him tightly. "And now we have each other." Out of tragedy came a bond deeper than blood. 2 lives forever changed by one act of kindness and one small hand that never gave up. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more emotional, dramatic, and unexpected tales. And let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from all of you. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep watching.